Good.
All right, you guys. Wait, you guys say something.
Hello.
Hello.
God damn it, I fucked that up so bad. All right, let's go over it again. It's a religious society. We got a religious heretical society. They are democratic, symbiotic, engaging with a kind of den of sin. Cade, we talked a little bit about the heretical stuff, but I guess people didn't hear it. Your line of thought is it makes more sense with the den of sin stuff.
Yeah, I think that might make more sense.
Yeah. Let's talk about the symbiotic one because I've let all of the people making gods decide the playable races. Tell me what kind of playable race you're looking for because so far we have undead MILFs. We have Jar Jar Binks sort of style carp.
Before we get to the rest, I think undead MILFs might be at the top of the list here that we're
Undead
gonna work
MILFs.
with.
There's
Yeah,
bird people. Probably the most normal fantasy race is like standard Quetzal kind of parrot like bird
yeah.
people. There's two angry fish races. Oh, there's also a race of people that Patches made that look like humans, but they're 10 feet tall and their faces are on their torsos. So, undead MILFs?
That one's interesting. Undead MILFs, I think for sure.
Okay. So we're going to be having a small and on it. So here's what the undead milfs do. The undead milfs were created. They're called the separators, and they were created by the Church of Enya, and they are basically women who have fulfilled their duty and are freed. They are turned undeath and they live immortal lives where they really have no responsibility because they spent a lot of their lives dedicated to someone else. So we can just say that this has a sort of like another population of separators here. What kind of den of sin are you thinking?
I mean, with the MILFs, um, we may need to go into a more
The MILFs were complicated, and also Hessa made them up, and I'm not going to
yeah.
stand by any of their decisions.
Okay.
The MILFs hate men. They love character actors. The hottest guy to them is Bob Ballard. Who is that a character? Bob Ballard? Is that a character actor?
I don't know.
um,
I really don't know.
are you thinking of Bob
It starts with a B.
Balaban?
But yeah,
Bob
yeah,
Bal-
yeah. She said that
yeah,
that
Bob
was the most
Balaban.
favored person by the gods was a guy who looks like him and is a character actor. So those really are kind of the separated. They are sort of a massive political force in the kingdom of Factenberg, where they check the incredibly sexist lore masters who have built a sort of Reddit style computer at their temple. We've rolled a lot of lore. There's a lot more stuff.
There's so much.
I started writing up the document and it's like 50 fucking pages. I'm like sweating every night going over it. I bit off way more than I can chew. All right,
Damn, yeah.
are we thinking? We thinking what would the best thing? And Felix, if you got any ideas for like a den of sin, what would be a good thing to have here? Undead milfs in a very respectful democratic society have come to this town or to this tribe and shared with them. Um, what are we thinking? Casino, brothel. Brothel's almost like so fantasy trope that I want to avoid it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think okay. So like, if there was a society of milfs who worship not worship Bob Balaban, but like idolize
Yeah,
him.
they that
Uh,
fanboyed for him.
yeah. Okay. What's the opposite of a milf?
I mean, are we going as in like an unfuckable father? Or are we going to the like mirror image, which would be like a fuckable father?
Um.
Or is it
Yeah.
something that these milfs are so beautiful that somehow the only men that can even touch them are ugly dilfs or
I
didilfs?
let's say like the okay. this world, kind of like in the real world, the enemy of the MILF is the aunt. Like the unsexy, frumpy aunt.
Yeah.
And it could
The
be
enemy
like,
of the MILF.
yeah, it's an aunt, is like an aunt. She never, like, she always says something weird that brings the conversation to a screeching halt. She has that, like, terrible onion haircut.
Oh, that's the most
Uh,
expensive haircut in India, though. So don't knock the onion
well, we're
cut. Not
not
on
in
this stream.
we're not in India, you know. That made me onion cut may mean something over there, but not over here.
All right.
So
So
it's like a den of aunthood.
aunthood. So it's like a
Yeah,
it's like an evil hair salon.
yeah, exactly. And
That might be good.
you when you go in there, all you hear is just like aunt patter. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh my god, did you hear our Taylor's son drowned?
The
It's
mecca.
so sad.
It's got to be like the mecca of gossip. You go to this evil hair. What's a good name for an evil hair salon? They have to have drinks. The separators are very much like appear to be a ketamine type people.
I guess, yeah, making it like gossipy, because, like, I don't know, it doesn't have to be like a casino or a brothel, I guess, but like, yeah, if it's just like,
the separators,
backbitey.
it's a very female dominated space because
Yeah.
the separators are very much the separators like are very much like the female force in the whole kingdom of Factenberg to the north. So it would make sense that they would have something that would be a little unwelcome, a little hostile to men.
Yeah.
What'd you say it was a good name, Felix?
Um, I don't know, like curls.
It's got to be like
No, that sounds like a no.
no. We
what
can
what
come up with a real
what?
flashy one later. I just need like a line of thought.
Okay, highlights.
Highlights, haircuts for women.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Kate?
It's a good jumping off point, I think.
All right.
We can start with that and then just build off of it as we go.
So, do you have an idea, like the name of the name of the tribe? Like a broad, overarching name for the tribe. Also, a color, if you want to pick a color.
It's not going to be like a peaceful color. It has to be something fucking like a nasty tribal color, evil color. I don't know. Oh, maybe like a gross, like almost
gross-
crimson red.
Like that.
Not blood like, but with a tinge of purple in it or some shit. I don't know.
Let's do a crimson red. I like that one there. And especially, you get to take the most bold color because you get the first tribe out of the map.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to some of these questions. Or actually, this might make the most sense here. If you want to look at the map, I'm going to pull it up on here. So what we can do now is we can pick the location of the map here. All right, is that popping up? Yeah. All right. So where on this map are we having this tribe settle? Right? If we're looking at the north end here, this is where the kingdom of Factenberg would be. But anywhere here in the center area here is a haunted forest, so you'd have to settle on the outsides of it somewhere. But it's really up to you on where this tribe wants to settle and have their main settlement.
Maybe somewhere that's kind of like shitty to be in resource wise. Maybe something that would contribute to why they're so bickery and gossipy and maybe gross.
So this
is somewhere without like water, like southeast ish.
Okay, like here where all the so this is an area where there's a ton of cave networks. So there's cave networks and it's really intricate. Would you want to settle somewhere in here?
Yeah, maybe within that area.
All right. How close to a cave or no? I'm just going to pick a spot.
Let's say close to a cave. It could,
close to a cave.
Be a part of some tradition thing as well. Some cave religious thing.
There we go. All right, how do I change the color now? There we go. All right, crimson red. The little. There we go. All right, so we have their spot there. They're surrounded by limestone caves. They have a den of sin out there. Probably get a good amount of travel just because the separators are pretty unique. So I would imagine that would have a good amount of culture there. All right, let me hold that spot now. All right, let's get back to the questions. All right, so any idea on a name, or do you want to go to the next question, the story of your tribe's origin?
We can go to the origin, yeah.
What do you think this tribe's origin would be? So this area has been, people have been living here. We're doing the campaign set in like a Bronze Age setting, like 1500 BC. So it's going to be more primitive than the average fantasy kind of storyline for like a tribe, but it would be your people have been here for a long time, have settled the area for a long time, and it's really within the last like 300 years any form of civilization is really kind of taken up. So with that context, what do you think like the story for this tribe's origin is going to be?
So maybe it's some sort of like cave-based society that expanded outside of the caves. Maybe they were exiled from, let's say they were part of a more larger populous society, and maybe they were exiled to like the caves or something. But then maybe as they grew, the caves couldn't accommodate their population growth, so they kind of expanded outwards into the surrounding areas.
Expanded outward. What symbol do your people use to represent themselves? Even if it's just for this, I'm looking for like the snake, something along those lines. Nothing too complicated. You can be as complicated as you want. You can go nuts, but baseline level, yeah.
A bat or a bat wing, a single bat wing.
Ooh, I like the bat or a bat wing. This is very important. It changes the entire context.
Right. Let's do a whole bat.
A whole bat. I like a cave society that has an evil hair salon. All right, last question. What do you call yourselves?
This one's tough. I'm never good at naming things.
Do you want me to push it for a little bit and we move on to Felix? If you come up with the name,
yeah,
just shout it out.
Yeah, I'll just shout it.
All right, so Felix, we're gonna move on to you. Once you're done with your tribe, we're gonna figure out how these two tribes know each other. So that may clarify it a little bit too. Every tribe that we make is gonna have a link to one other tribe as well. All right, so let's pull back up. Felix, you got a dice roller?
Yep.
All right. Okay, go ahead and roll me a d6 for your society trait.
Okay. All right. I have 6, which is industrial.
Industrial. Oh, also, Kate, I forgot to tell you this, but you get to just override one if you just want to do a different one. You get to do that once.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Industrial. Your tribe has a reputation for producing artisans, engineers, and craftsmen. Your people are respected but not liked. You have 2 choices here. We don't have to decide this now. Between craftsmen, which is your tribe is proficient at creating weapons, armor, jewelry, or any other deliberately crafted items. What is it your tribe make better than anyone else? Or engineers. Your tribe is skilled at irrigation, metallurgy, or architecture. And then we answer a different one from there. How you feeling about industrial, Felix?
Pretty good.
All right.
Yeah.
If you want to re-roll it later on, let me know. Let's go to the government here. Go ahead and roll a d4.
Okay. I've got 4, which is
Theocracy. All right, it is an industrial society. However, your leadership comes from a central religious figure. Who is this religious leader, and where does he get his authority? All right, and let's go to the traits. So go ahead and roll me a d20 here for the first trait.
All right, I have a 12.
12 is symbiotic tribe. Your tribe is a harmonious balancing of two different sentient species, creating a unique hybrid culture. Since KADE already got this one, you can re-roll it if you want, but if you want it, you can keep it.
Yeah,
I would say if you do symbiotic tribe, then just don't do the separators.
Yeah, all right. I'll re-roll it since KADE already got it.
All right. Yeah, give me a d20 then.
All right. We have a 2.
A gentleman's 2 is companion beasts. Your tribe breeds, cares for, and has a deep connection with the species of animals used for companionship and protection. What are these animals, and how did you domesticate them? This is a good one for you, Felix.
Yeah. No, What is the flora and fauna of this world?
Okay, so American style Southwest. Hold on, I actually wrote that down. Ugh. I gotta remember when I wrote it down. Oh, here we go. All right, there is sort of an inner desert with brush, cacti, prickly pear, tumbleweed. Animals, there's a lot of bobcats, snakes, skunks, coyotes, roadrunners, black bears, deer, raccoons, lizards. It's like a high desert biome. Near the coast, it's flamingos and a lot of squid. There's a coastal reef, hyenas, foxes, gazelle. Sort of like a mixture of like American Southwest and like South African.
Okay, yeah.
But you can pick any animal for whatever. You just gotta flavor them to be a desert beast. Do you want before you decide that one? Do you want to roll your second trait?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll another d20.
Got a 14.
14 is ancestral warrior. Your tribe claims descent from a legendary hero of antiquity, and they take pride in emulating their values. Who is this legendary hero? How do your people emulate them still to this day? I didn't mean to gender that.
Our legendary hero is I think here's my tribe is taking shit. Our legendary hero is known as Maitreya.
Wait, say his name again?
Maitreya. He was known for his blazing hand speed.
He was a very busy god.
Yeah, he was known for his blazing hand speed. He's sort of like an occulted figure. And they say that he won't reveal himself to us again until the evil King Holtz of House Notre Dame is felled. But he's the discoverer of our chief industrial export is stevia and pure H2O.
Yeah, water.
Well, no. I mean, you can drink
different.
You can drink regular water at your own risk. But Maitreya discovered stevia, which cleans the toxic floating soap out of water. So our main export is stevia. We get people spun. We help them lose weight. But we also sell the toxic floating soap as a chemical weapon as well.
Oh no!
So it's kind of like how America, only exports pharmaceuticals and weapon systems. It's the same idea.
All right, let's go back to the top here. So with the industrial one, is it more craftsmen or more engineers?
I would say probably craftsmen. I mean, we do have like neighborhood blenders. Every neighborhood has a giant blender that dispenses period sugar, but that's only for us, you know.
Let me make sure I get this written down. Every neighborhood has a blender.
Yeah,
Okay. Just in the central square, there's a blender. Is this?
giant
I'm gonna
blender.
turn it into like one of those areas in like North Africa and the Middle East where they just have a guy. You bring him some bread, he'll bake it for you. It's a guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
bring
yeah.
it to me. I'll blend it. They don't have technology to blend it. They got to really have like a guy with two knives just going crazy. Really.
I get it's either that or it's like people who like heretics are forced to just like push the wheel of the blender,
Yeah.
like in Conan.
It's just like a big mill wheel full of slaves.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But those
Oh
are
my!
like those are bad. Those are people who like deny the miracle of Boogaloo. They deny that Boogaloo depicted Maitreya.
I really am excited for the name of this tribe.
I think our name is the Sons of Stevia.
All right, we got the Sons of Stevia. All right, so we got your ancestral warrior. Maitreya, known for his blessed hand speed, will reveal himself eventually to the traitor, the evil king of Notre Dame, Lou Holt.
Yeah,
What
and
what is the
sorry.
companion? Oh, go ahead.
No, no, no. Our creation myth is that Maitreya took earth, water, and air, and he had one bowl left, and he sprinkled it with orange peel so he could beat nine. And he blew the weed smoke into us and gave us more and told us. But that's just that's like just like oh, you know.
So thank God he did it so we could beat nine. He beat nine.
Mm, yeah.
What does Betrayal look like? Just tell me what he looks like.
Maitreya, you see, like, if you were to see him, if you were to stop being included, you initially think, like, this is a white guy who couldn't be a day over, like, 28. But he's actually thousands of years old. He has a buzz cut. He has sort of like a very, like a flat cylindrical body and sort of like triangular pectorals. Uh, he conveniently has a chest tattoo that just says Maitreya on it.
So he tattooed his own name on his chest.
Yeah, yeah. And that's not the
I
to
did
call
I
him
did
that.
I did have a guy when I worked at the group home. This 18-year-old guy who got arrested, but he tattooed like his name hockey jersey style on his own back.
That's
One man
And
awesome.
cave.
I think that's yeah, no problem, kid. And I think that's one of my favorite fucking things is just having the labeling yourself as a tattoo.
I mean, like I've seen so many people do that, and
What
like
what's the
it's
name of
like
the like guy who runs the religion that worships Maitreya? Because he runs the
we
whole
have
tribe.
it's just one guy.
It can be a council, however you want. It just has to be religiously
I think
dominated.
yeah, I think it should be the Maitreya Council. It's almost like the like Judaism around like 0 AD.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. A Maitreya Liturgical Council. And
Maitreya, I love a liturgical council.
it's 7 clerics and they are selected at a young age. enlighten
What
you.
traits are they selected for?
Well, they have to go through the trial of 9. They have to beat 9.
Is just is are all the trials smoking related?
Well, it's one trial, but
Oh,
you have to beat 9 once. But like so few people can beat 9. You know.
as a kid, yeah, they're selected at a young age to do this. They have
Well,
to
you
do.
know,
How young are
like
they making them do
12,
this? They're 12.
like 12. You can beat 9 and 12. I mean, we keep electing new fucking council members, so someone's able to do it.
Somebody's able. Well, they're probably training for it by the time they're 9.
Yeah.
They want to get on the
I,
council. Jesus. What?
This world is so fucked already.
So.
Your documents.
man.
Factumberg, I was writing up like the copy on like everything we decided for Factumberg, and Factumberg is like the only city that's been designed so far, and it's like a cultural like conflict point where 3 factions, homosexual demons, lesbian undead women, and then like Reddit style nerds are just constantly fighting, but also not acknowledging each other. It's gonna like everything's all over the place. Oh, Felix, the companion beasts. What are your
Okay.
people's companion beasts?
Okay. Our companion beast is. You did mention squids, right?
Yeah, so the squids in particular are the demigod of love is an octopus who creates squids that are in every region that just watch people who are in love. So those are the squids.
Okay. Okay.
They have
Well,
big eyes. They have like neonatal features to make them look cuter, but they're just squids.
Okay. Um, and this may be too close to a symbiotic relationship, but what if like the squids, they're the only being that when you give them the toxic soap, they return like pure stevia.
They give toxic soap to group breed of squids that in return manufacture pure. I like that like aspartame being created in the wild. Yeah, you got it. You have a companion beast of squid that you care for and give toxic soap, and they in turn give you pure stevia. All right, so we got basically everything. What color are these guys? What color are we putting you on the map?
Okay, let me take a look at the map.
Oh, let's pull that up. Okay. I change the color. Oh.
Okay, since Notre Dame's colors are like blue and gold,
Yeah.
ours should be like the opposite. What's the opposite of blue and gold? It
The
would be like
opposite of blue would be orange,
orange and the
brown,
opposite is
orange and brown.
yeah, orange and brown. Shitty colors.
That's the shittiest 2 colors I've ever heard.
Terrible. That looks terrible.
Oh god, these guys rock. These fucking idiots. All
All
right,
these morons.
these fucking tribe. They're not warlike, but they're like at war with all of your good sense and sensibility.
Yeah. Anyone who runs into them, like
Fuck.
it's gonna take so long to figure out
Dude,
what
they're
their thing
insane.
even
They
is.
milk squid for fucking fake sugar. They're really good at it and bad at everything else. Where are these fuckers? They got to be near some water because they got squids. But
Yeah. So I'm looking at the map now. I think it would make sense for them to be sort of along a coast, obviously. Um, but because we're like an industrial people, I don't think we should be. It wouldn't make sense for us to be like right along a mountain because we
Yeah.
would have to like reach trade routes. So I think like sort of by the central southern coast of the map,
Whoops.
sort of near that river because that gives us access to the inlands.
Like kind of right here. You want it higher up or like closer to the split net?
Um, yeah. Like,
Okay. So
yeah.
yeah, so they'll have like a major industrial river. They'll have a body of fresh water nearby. They got the coast nearby, but they're not really going to get raided. They're kind of at a choke point too, separating the coast from the rest of it.
Well, like we wish we would get rated. You
Yeah.
know, like our hand speed. We have the greatest hand speed in the land.
Mm-hmm. Nobody will ever.
Our yeah,
Your
my
warriors are all jacked up.
yeah, my trainer revealed himself by this is another like legend of our people knocking out five guys that would need us, spurred on by the conniving and evil Keith Karts.
Keith Carts. God.
Keith Karts
The
is a
name
real
of
gangster,
fucking their
man.
name of their main city is gonna be NorCal Chat.
Yeah, NorCal chick.
Oh my god. All right. In terms of like how it looks, like the aesthetic of the buildings, all that stuff, like what's the kind of vibe with them?
Okay, so um,
Oh, and what symbol do your people use to represent themselves?
our symbol is a blender with a pair of boxing gloves, like draped over
That. Oh, sons of. Okay, let me see if there's anything else we need to cover here. I know they have a. The last thing to cover is then, okay, the Sons of Stevia and KADE, your tribe. Can you give me either one instance of your tribe either having cooperation or conflict, or just a general attitude, history of how you guys treat each other? Do you guys have any ideas of where to start?
I think with the hair salon, maybe they come over and get I don't know. They get like
They
the
always show up to the Den of Sin.
yeah. They're there for like information maybe, or it's kind of like there's like an information economy,
Yeah,
and they're just like showing up.
we're going there trying to get like information on like trade routes and shit, and all we're hearing is like, "Oh my god, the vice principal's kid had to go to a wilderness program for K2." We're just getting bullshit.
To try to get info on trade route. How do your people treat the Sons of Stevia when they come to town, KADE?
I think they're annoyed by them. they're pretty disruptive people.
Even if they're not violent, they're just difficult.
They're not violent. They're just difficult to deal with. People don't really want to see them. People don't want to be around them. People don't want to smell them. It's just like, just bad vibes.
Yeah,
but it's like they have money. They're paying customers. So it's like,
Yeah, you kind of got to tolerate it a little bit. Do you got a name for your tribe yet, KADE?
I was trying to think of something around like a specific hairstyle that they do, and I landed on with the whole bat aesthetic. They do similar to like Haitian like wicks essentially, but in the shape of bat wings. Like if you're familiar with like the Island Boys and the wicks that they've got in their hair, but just bat wing shaped wicks.
So does everybody have
awesome.
bat wing hair? Do people have elaborate bat wing haircuts here?
They've got the wicks. They've got the bat wing wicks. And then the Sons of Stevia are always showing up looking for bat wing wicks, but it's cultural appropriation, but it's just like whatever. We'll let you have them.
What's the name of the tribe?
My tribe, I was just gonna call them like the Wing Wicks or some shit. The Wick Wings.
The Wick Wings. That works for
Yeah.
me. All right. So far we got 2 out of the 4 done. We have the underground dwelling Wick Wings, which is a fairly good, seems wholesome society. Just relies on a lot of their relationship with the separators who operate an evil hair salon, which we'll figure out the name for later. And we got the Sons of Stevia, which there's a lot to work with the Sons of Stevia, but my favorite thing is the color being orange and brown.
It's
It's a
so
good
gross.
palette.
All right, well, let's move on to the third one, Cade. Once you're done with this one, we're gonna figure out how they're related to the fourth one too. So we're gonna do that again. But you got your dice roller pulled up?
Yeah, I can pull that up. I was just using fucking Google.
Oh
Just
yeah.
typing roll d4, roll d6.
All right, go ahead and roll your society trait.
So I rolled a 6.
A 6 is industrial. Since we're only doing 4 tribes and we got 6 categories, if you want to re-roll that, I'm fine with that. But if you want to
Yeah,
stick with
I'll re-roll it
Yeah.
since Felix got industrial. 4. Did we do a 4? That's magic.
4 is magic. All right, want to stick with that one?
We'll stick with that one, yeah.
Your tribe has a reputation for producing wizards, seers, and sorcerers. Your people are often treated with superstition. You have 2 options here, which would be wizards. Your tribe is an early adapter of formalized magic education. How does your tribe teach magic to its youth? Or artificers. Your tribe has masterfully combined magic and engineering, much to the benefit of their productivity. What magical device have your people built that helps them regularly? So you can choose that one once we get moving. Let's go down to the tribal government. Go ahead and roll me d4.
I rolled a 2.
Confederation. Your tribe is ruled by an alliance of separate but equal groups, whether this be smaller tribes, bloodlines, or trade groups. Who are these groups? All right, keep going. We're going down to cultural traits. Go ahead and roll me a d20. Roll any repeats we've gotten so far.
A 1.
Masterful cooks. Your tribe has access to rare ingredients and a long respected culinary tradition. Describe your culture's food. What recipe from your people is the most famous? You like that one, or you want to re-roll that one?
I like that one. That one's good.
All right, that one's like the most Studio Ghibli kind of setup I have for it.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and roll another one.
19.
19 is Den of Sin, which we kind of already got. If you want to re-roll
I'll
that.
re-roll that one. 6.
Blessed. Long ago, your tribe earned the favor of the divine, and your entire tribe was blessed. What was the nature of this blessing, and can this blessing be lost? So that is a very loosely defined one. Any kind of god or any kind of divine favor shining down on you would just be the main thing about it. So that can manifest in a couple different ways, too. That could be, we could do World of Warcraft rules and your people grow horns from their head, something along those lines. Or it could just be a bountiful resource they were given. So that one's really open-ended. You good with that one, or any
I'll go with that one because I think it could tie into the Masterful Cooks one.
Oh, totally.
Like
totally.
maybe if there was like a resource or some sort of like abundance of like a specific type of vegetable or whatever.
All right. Do you want to kind of just talk about them at a whole in general, or do you want to start going line by line?
We can go line by line.
So let's talk first about the magical trait, right? We have 2 options to kind of take this. One would be the straight up, they're wizards. They teach each other magic, they use magic, it's very straightforward. Artificers would be more like they're going over runes, it's more cryptic, it's more combining magic and engineering. So it wouldn't be as like traditional style of magic. With artificers too, we can attribute that to engineering, to alchemy, to a lot of different stuff. So basically anything that isn't a straight wizard could fall under artificer.
Right. Maybe that one, the artificer or artificers or whatever, just because I think it would synergize well with, I guess, cooking.
So
Like
what
if we're
would be
gonna
your
attach to
main
that.
magical device? What would be the main magical device, and how does it help your people? If we stick it with food, what would be like if you want to stick it with the food one, then it's like
It could just be like a really fucked up, insane microwave,
a magic. They have a microwave.
magic
They've
microwave.
made an early microwave.
Yeah,
I mean, that
I
would
think.
a microwave would be incredibly beneficial to an early society.
Yeah,
No joke. I think you could just microwave a bunch of stuff and get your problems away.
right.
How do they
Yeah,
make this microwave? Like, if you would be looking at it, what would it fucking look like?
I think it would just be like a microwave, just like a modern day looking fantasy microwave, essentially. Like I don't know how else it would look.
Yeah, because otherwise, okay, the options are like you have Fantasia style construction magic,
Right.
which you're just having the all that stuff float around, or the like Warhammer style construction magic. I'm trying to think. What's the Greyhawk? Is it Greyhawk in D&D that has like the magic trains that's in a fantasy setting and shit like that? There's a lot of options. I think I just want to know like what aesthetic. Like would it be
Right.
folksy? Would it be like realistic to how stuff
I'd say
looks
it's kind
now?
of like a more mechanical, kind of like a Warhammery, like gears and cogs and like just metal and shit screwed together. But it just works. Just like a
It just works
Warhammer.
eventually.
Yeah.
Get this sucker out of the way. All right. Let's talk a little bit then about the Confederation part. So your government, the people that run this tribe, is ruled by an alliance of separate but equal groups, whether this be smaller tribes, bloodlines, or trade groups. What kind of groups make up this confederation? Is it like different smaller tribes that united? Is it like stuff to do with the magic? What do you think?
I'm more inclined to go with like the more tribal theme with this. Um, Maybe just like yeah, a bunch of smaller tribes who are unified under maybe with the abundance of like a specific resource and kind of sharing it, and maybe they have different ideas on how to utilize it, and
Yeah.
maybe external trade and how to
But
like
it's still
trade
like
with the other.
it's a regional alliance thing.
It's a regional
Okay,
alliance,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. But in terms the tribes are all generally very friendly with each other, or is it like a power struggle?
It's a bit of a power struggle. Maybe there's strife with regards to like they have this abundance of this specific resource and whether to share it with the outside, cities or groups.
Well, maybe we can go down to Masterful Cooks and Blessed and talk about what that resource would be. Like, what kind
Yeah.
of resource are you thinking? With like the Masterful Cooks, like, um, you know, what kind of food are you like? What kind of like food stuff do you think they would make? If they have a microwave, they probably have like a lot of tricks and gear and like. I'm imagining like those fucking robots that make Cold Stone Creamery that suck.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? Do you want to pick where they're settled at? Let's pick their location, and then we can
What's off limits still?
in terms of what, like the location?
Like location. You said the middle, and I guess there's the two dots. I gotta open up the
I would
so I
stay.
can see the map.
I would stay a couple squares away.
Okay, I
at
can
the
see
very
it
most,
now.
like 2 squares away. But other than that, the only thing that's really off limits is the center area. And that center area here is just because this is a haunted forest.
Right.
There are spirits. And even when I was talking with Joel, he said there is a city of spirits somewhere within here. So,
Right. I kind of like that area near the volcano and the water, like
Yeah,
on
oh,
the
yeah,
west
like-
side.
like right there.
Just because they could synthesize, like, I don't know, heat, and then there's that like lake or river for like water.
What color
So-
are we thinking?
Let's go with like a nice nice blue, like a baby blue.
Oh yeah, I was just telling. I forgot what football game I was watching, but I was complimenting the uniforms to my wife. She was not interested in the conversation, but baby blue is a really strong color, and I feel like you
It's a strong
could
color.
do a lot more with it. All right, there we go. Okay. God, orange and brown. Fucking hell. Fucking orange and brown are the two worst fucking colors I've ever fucking heard of.
They look
On their own,
terrible.
it's like I don't know, but together,
They
it's
look like
it's
utter
nice.
shit.
So, do they think it looks good?
Of course they do. They're like nobody's got these colors. Like, yeah, why would they? It's just fucking terrible.
Oh
It's
shit.
fucking dumb.
Fucking hell. God damn it. All right, we got your location there. um
They think it's awesome.
what food are we thinking? What resource, what food, how people are coming here because they love their food. What are they coming to see?
Does this need to be like this is free form, right? Like it doesn't need to
Anything.
be
We
like a
don't
specific
roll or don't.
ingredient. It can be like a whole ass recipe.
Everything you say is canon. Everything you say is
Okay.
canon, King.
I kind of like the idea that Renee had in chat of the Jamaican patties. They're just making just like these crazy ass Jamaican patties that everyone
In their magic
around the
microwaves.
world that they're making in the microwaves. Yeah, I really like that idea.
I really like that too. All right. Is that the Jamaican? They probably don't call them Jamaican patties. They probably call them whatever your tribe's name
Whatever
is. Patties.
tribe name patties. Yeah.
All right. What was the other one? So how are your people blessed? What blessing did they get? You don't need to know all the gods. If you just tell me the type of god that you think they would gotten blessed by, I can tell you who that is.
If there's like a god relating to, like, I don't know, fertility of the land or
That would be really Zoth. Zoth is Oki's god. He's kind of an unhuman god. He's a god of prolific life. Kind of like the closest thing, he's like a waterborne Zerg. Like the Zerg would love life in the same way, just endlessly proliferating, not concerned with death, not concerned with anything else other than just making more life all the time. So that's like the second big god, Zoth, after Murtu.
Okay, we could go with that one then. Just the god of what is it, water, beasts, and life. Let me look at this list.
How did he bless him?
I guess there's Wad as well, Earth and agriculture.
Yeah, Wad's kind of more of an underground. Like he determines a lot of stuff underground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like the god of like farming, and he created most of the crops of the world, and shot them up to the surface from underground.
Okay, well, we'll go with Zoth then. Zoth makes more sense in that case if this is an above ground society.
What blessing did you get from Zoth? What it can be anything beneficial. It can even if you think it's OP or if it's not weak at all, it doesn't really matter. But he gave them a blessing. The people, the tribe carry with them a blessing.
The people have the blessing. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not like with regards to like the land or whatever.
It could be with it's
It
really
could be.
open ended. It's really
It's
whatever
really
you want.
open-ended. Okay.
A blessing that helped your people. It doesn't have to be directly affecting them, but it just has to be they were blessed by God, by a god.
Yeah, I was gonna go with something where they got like a special, Scotch bonnet pepper or some shit.
No, that could
just
be it
appeared.
100% too. That could be it too.
Yeah, I was gonna go with that, with the culinary theme.
All right. They have Scotch bonnet peppers.
They've got some crazy fucking pepper that they use in their food.
Super spicy.
Oh yeah, and maybe they're the only ones who can handle it, but everyone else wants it too.
All right. All right, so they were blessed with spicy peppers. Masterful cooks. Beef patties. All right. Regional alliance. Tribes. And the magical stuff would be artificers. Magic microwaves. Okay, we got you on the map. We got all that stuff. We have the Confederation stuff. We have that. So let's answer some of their question. What is the story of this tribe's origin? If they're a regional kind of a conglomeration, I imagine they take up a lot of like the surrounding area. So it would just be accounting for all of those people in that area. Oh, what color did you say? Baby blue? If you don't have that one yet, do you know a symbol they could use to represent themselves or the name of the tribe yet?
Yeah, I'm not like super in depth the way fucking Felix is with
You
these.
can
I
go.
wish I had that.
No, you can go.
I'm kind of struggling here, but yeah, we'll just go with the pepper.
Oh, I like that.
Use the pepper as the symbol, or no, it'll be the fucking patty, like a shape of a patty, the silhouette of a patty. So kind of like the half circle.
Just the half circle, just the Saddam Hussein laying down.
The Saddam Hussein laying down.
What do you guys call yourselves?
We'll come back to this one. I'll have to think about it as well.
All right. Felix, you ready? You got the dice roller up? We're moving on to you.
I'll do my homework while Felix does his thing.
What color I gotta do? All right. Okay, back to the top here. All right, go ahead and roll your society trait, Felix.
Okay. We have a 2.
Militaristic. Would you like to keep that one, or would you like to do your one re-roll that no one's used yet?
Nah, let's keep this one.
Your tribe has a warlike reputation and is known for producing warriors and mercenaries. Your people are feared, but not liked. 2 options to go with here are raiders. Your tribe has traditionally raided other tribes to get the resources they need. Who or what do you raid? And mercenaries. Your tribe supports itself by working as sellswords for a nearby kingdom. How does your tribe spend its newfound wealth? Moving along, let's go ahead and roll a d4 for the tribal government.
Okay, 1 second. We have a 3.
Democracy. Your tribe decides matters simply by gathering its members to a vote and sticking to the outcome.
All right.
And then let's roll your 2 cultural traits. Go ahead and roll a d20.
Okay. We've got a 19. And
already rolled a 19. 8?
Reroll No. I'll re-roll the 19.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Did you say 8?
No.
Oh, my bad.
It's a 3.
3 is beasts of burden. Your tribe breeds, care for, and has a deep connection with the species of animal used for labor or transportation. What are these animals, and how did you domesticate them? All right, go ahead.
Okay.
And if you want to re-roll, you get 1 re-roll, but if not, go ahead and roll another d20.
All right. We've got an 18.
All right, an 18 is... What do we got here? Confederacy builders. Your tribe seeks out all the other tribes and people of this region and attempts to engage in diplomacy and alliances with them. You seek out a rules-based order and general understanding with those around you. What type of world does your tribe seek to build, and what are your diplomats like? All right.
Okay. All right.
All right. Where are you thinking? We got a militaristic society with a democratic government that wants to build confederacy and structure the region, and they have beasts of burden that they care for. First thoughts.
I guess it depends on whether we're mercenaries or raiders.
Yeah.
I don't think you could really be a. Well, I guess.
I mean, Genghis Khan would kind of be the
Yeah,
diplomatic
yeah,
raider archetype, I
yeah,
think.
that I think it's actually kind of the same. Whether you're it actually makes less sense to be a mercenary and a diplomat.
Yeah.
Now that I think of it, so um, in that event, we would probably want to be like sort of protected by mountains.
All right. Let me pull up.
I don't think we would want to be like on a coastline. I think we'd want to kind of be able to go out in any direction, but not
So
centrally located.
up in the northeast, this is a crater, but it's a very like desolate region.
Oh my god! Okay, it's perfect for us to live in some stupid fucking crater.
It's a crater. It has fresh water in the bottom, but
Hey,
this
all
is
you
the
need.
result of a big asteroid or meteor impact a long time ago here. So this is the most
Okay,
isolated region, really.
this is that's so perfect for them because this is Clargon's tribe.
Oh yeah, Clargon.
Right,
This is the
right.
section of Clargon. This is the
Where
fucking.
that Clargon comes from.
What color are we working with here?
Oh, okay, okay. I think our should be um let's go with me. No, let's go with black and yellow.
Black and yellow.
Yeah.
All right, throw that up there. All right, got your spot. Put black. All right, we got
Of course,
Steelers colors.
fucking of course, yeah. Clargon stupid ass people live in a crater and they're like, it's free. I don't know why no one else wants to live here. It's awesome.
What did you say? Raiders, right? They're raiders.
Yeah.
All right. Who are they typically targeting? Are they going after anybody? Are they hitting villages? Are they hitting different kingdoms? Who's their usual target?
Um I think yeah.
Travelers.
I think we probably since you brought up like Genghis Khan, I see a lot of like sort of basically like ransoming kingdom. Like
Yeah.
sieging them, trying to starve them out, and then
Forcing tribute, just fucking.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
exactly.
Raid people and force tribute. All right. But everybody, it's a democratic society, so everybody, all the people seem to be pretty on board with it, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's the thing is it is technically like even directly democratic. But it's so easy to just get any member of this tribe to completely like flip their opinion on anything that
Easy to get this tribe to change
like
their
it just
opinion. Because you know that's
yeah,
going to have a gameplay effect. If you tell me it's very easy to get this tribe to change their opinion, and then they walk to meet this tribe, they are going to have their opinion changed easily.
yeah, I mean like it's like Clargon. Clargon is always like, I would never do this and then
Largon
just
based
and
logic.
yeah.
So you made two tribes, Felix, and one's Clargon based and the other one's fucking
Dan Quinn.
yes.
Well, you know, I do Dan Quinn, you know, once one in every five things I do.
Yeah.
But truthfully, I just miss Clargon.
Yeah. Oh
I
man,
just like Clargon so much.
we can always have Clargon make an appearance. Clargon has lore-wise, canon-wise, permeated multiple worlds that he's unaware of.
Well, no, that makes sense. He is the type of guy to just like careen through planes of existence and just not think
Yeah.
anything of it.
All right. Beasts of burden. Your tribe cares for and has a deep connection with animals used for labor. So horses, donkeys, ox to pull carts, any other bigger creature. Even what are you kind of thinking for these guys?
Well, I think for Raiders, it obviously makes sense to have like kind of a forest-based society, but I think we should also do something weird with them, like we milk them.
Like a type of horse you milk.
Yeah,
They, it it's so it'll be like a different species of horse. Can you
yeah,
milk a
yeah.
horse?
Uh, Probably. Let me look it up.
I'm gonna look
I
it up
mean,
in a
like,
different browser.
or
I can
like,
open up a private
don't
window.
almost
Let me
all
open up a
mammal?
private.
Yeah, yeah, mare
Do
milk. There's
horses
mare milk.
give milk?
They do.
All right. So these guys ride their horses and then they drink the milk from their horses. So
Yeah,
they
yeah,
hop off their horse, they pop off, get a
yeah,
quick
yeah.
drink.
Like once they set up camp, they just immediately they like swing under the horse.
They
They
glide
like
around
they're gripping onto the horse's
horse
torso with their legs
species
upside down, sucking the udder, and they're like one for
that
me,
have
and then they come
udders
back up.
and they milk them. You know, Cade Society might want some of this horse milk. There might be some trade here.
It's pretty good.
We need that
We
horse milk.
need that horse milk. Oh, it's a delicacy.
I,
Anything else weird about the horses? Do they just look like normal horses? Are they a different color? Do they have any annoying features?
yeah, okay. We're gonna say that our horses. Okay, first of all, I think we should do something stupid with their like manes. I think we should cut the horse's manes like a bad kid haircut,
They cut
like a
the
really
horse's
shitty,
manes like a bad kid. Now,
like
I
a
have
sort
an
of like
idea of
like
what a
a
bad kid haircut is. What is your idea of a bad kid haircut?
okay, mine is sort of like bad kids of my childhood, like sort of like a peach fuzz white fade.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
I
had.
think
But you just
I think
buzz it because
yeah.
you don't care. Your parents ask you what you want your hair. You say I don't care. And then I had buzzed hair for probably just for 6 years, just 8 to 14.
I always thought like a lot of bad kids that I encountered had it, and I always wondered if it was like they were
Genetic.
trying to do a fade. No, no, not genetic, but like if they were like, oh, this is like a fade, it's cool because that's like I feel like that's a 12-year-old thing where like your residual self image from the Matrix is that you like look like the game or something.
I think really what it
Your
is
unknown
is
hair.
is is eventually at one point you say you don't care about your haircut, and your dad goes, "It's $12 to get this little fucker a haircut." And then he just takes you in the backyard. We didn't do it in the bathroom. He buzzed my hair in the backyard so it could just blow away.
Oh my God, we would never do like that is I don't think anyone in my family would ever think to save money on a haircut. They like maybe my uncles who look like shit, but I mean like in my immediate family, I think that idea would horrify them.
I don't think my dad's ever paid for a haircut.
I mean it is like I get that because
Yeah.
it's sort of fucking stupid when
Well,
you
because the
think
older I
about it.
get, the more I realize it doesn't matter what I look like. It straight up does not fucking matter.
Oh no, it doesn't matter.
Does not
But
matter
like
what you look like.
I have like a mental block against like getting a cheap haircut. I don't know what I think will happen.
I started
It's
getting a
not even
Gavin
that they
Newsom
don't know how to
haircut.
do it.
Yeah, I started getting a lot more particular about my haircut because I got the Gavin Newsom haircut, and I gotta like put shit in it and brush it every day.
You know what you have to put in it? That
What?
like this is the only thing you need. That like stupid ass powder where you use like 1 milligram of it,
Alana
and
got
it
me
gives you a loose
the
hold.
the Rogaine, so now I'm preemptive striking Rogaine. I didn't think I'd be that guy, but
No, I
here
am
we
too.
are.
I
Yeah,
am.
like
I
every guy I know, eventually, like everybody my age, it's eventually like this. Yeah, I'm doing it too.
well, no, I went even crazier than that. I in 2021, I felt like my hairline receded a lot during COVID, but then I got this like huge, like apparently I had overpaid on my taxes in 2020, and I got like a pretty big like refund. And so I went to this place on the Upper East Side where they like take your blood out and put it in the centrifuge and then like shoot your own stem cells into your fucking head. And I
You
did
had to go
it
to the
because
Dr. Island Moreau for this.
yeah. And the guy who did it was just like a fucking crank. Like he was telling me about how ivermectin was awesome, and I
But
kept like looking up if he was a real doctor,
did it
but
work?
it worked. Like it totally worked. It's insane. It like completely like grew back everything that I had lost.
Oh my god! And like, that's like whenever you see guys like celebrities going bald, I really like you don't have to like it's a choice now. It's a choice.
Yeah, you just gotta commit. Like a lot of them just commit now.
You gotta do it
But
like every
Yeah,
day is the problem. It's like
yeah,
antidepressants. I don't want to take those anymore either. I don't like
I,
any
I
task I have to do every day. I
the
hate
only thing
brushing
I
my
hate
teeth.
the only thing I hate about like Rogaine and shit like that is like it if your hair is like even kind of long, it just like it fucks it up kind of like it looks gross
Or it makes it like
after you rub that
greasy.
shit in. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Um,
I forgot where we're at.
but yeah.
All right, we're
Oh, the whole we got here by talking about the horses' haircuts.
oh yeah. Okay, the bad kid haircut. The horse, yeah, the horses have do they give them haircuts or does it grow like that naturally on the horse?
Oh, that's a good question. Maybe that actually that's a good like religious thing.
The ho-
They have to cut their horse. They have to cut the horse's hair like that. But like every like generation, there's one horse that just has that haircut naturally occurring, and that's like a harbinger of like good times or some shit.
But if a horse is born with a bad kid haircut, it is a sign of the end times.
Yeah. At the end times, yeah.
Let me just if a horse is born with a bad kid haircut, it is a sign of the end times. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Just making sure when they
Oh
have
my
to
god.
explain themselves to any of the other tribes.
Oh my god. Clargon. They're so fucking stupid.
Uh,
And it's like happened because like why would you even think of that
well, it's also
unless it
like
happened?
they're Klargon, but they're like Confederacy builders, so they're like fake LA guys that want to let's link up and build.
Yeah, let's link up and build. But if you don't like go along with all my stupid shit, my idiots who live in a fucking
My
crater and
dumb-looking
are just
horses.
my shitty looking horses holding these kingdoms ransom. If you don't go along with it, we're going to like try to wipe you off the fucking.
What type of like order is your tribe trying to build?
Huh.
Just like a
Okay.
tribute system or something more complicated than that?
I think like right now we're just like extracting tribute and ransoms from various kingdoms, but we have big ambitions that maybe don't make the most. I think like Genghis Khan or Tamerlane are good framework. Our goal is to like build this like big multi-ethnic empire, and we talk about it in these really like lofty terms, kind of like how people would reference the Mongol Empire as like a very pluralistic place where you were basically allowed to practice whatever religion as long as you like forked over.
Like guys in the 14th century like thought ancient Rome was like.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly.
Like
That's what we hate.
where it's like okay, but it's also like this lamentation of of the power, the majesty, all gone, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. That we're trying to rebuild something that we don't quite know what it is. We're trying to recapture some past that may or may not have existed. We're yeah, whatever like Rome is in this world.
Is there a past that may or may not? So the biggest kingdom next to you guys is Factenberg. That's like the cultural center of kind of like the larger region of this. But they're decidedly unwarlike. They will really never grow into an empire. They're like incapable of it. These guys almost see themselves as the people that could kind of fit the bill of like an actual pragmatic sort of empire.
Yeah.
But they have
Yeah.
no idea how to accomplish that.
No, yeah. That like they're so their ambitions are so big, but their imaginations are so small that like you ask them how they would do that, and it's just like, oh, we just like ransom every kingdom in the world, and then we have an empire.
Yeah, that's just like we're in charge. It's like, what if we're in charge?
Yeah, exactly.
What is the story of your tribe's origin? You guys settled in this large crater in the middle of nowhere. How'd you get there? By far the most isolated tribe out of all of them so far.
Okay. We uh, it should be kind of like self-aggrandizing. Like in our creation myth, it should be that like we rode the meteor into the earth. We're we arrived from the heavens. But like in actuality, this tribe was probably founded by like everyone, all of the most annoying people from whatever like sort of prehistoric tribes and like city states existed thousands of years ago. In reality, it's sort of like Australia. Like you got exiled to this crater if you were really fucking annoying in antiquity. And
Oh,
so
so
Targon
these
society
were people who were expelled. These were people who were
exactly.
banished.
Exactly. Like they really like to believe that like they're geniuses for living in this crater and that no one would have thought about it and that it's free and that it's bigger than anyone else's place. But
It's
in
free.
reality, this
What?
is
Wait, they argued that it's free.
that's the right. They're like it's free.
A tribe is like, no, we get to live here for free.
Yeah.
You don't understand. We get to live here for free. I love it.
That's the rationale for a lot of things.
That
Is that it's
they
free
get to live.
and it's like pre-industrial society.
It's like it's a pre-industrial society where there's like 3 big cities in the whole world, and they're like, we get to
Yeah.
live here for free.
There's like 2 mercantile guilds in all in the world, and they're like no rent, no money.
Yeah. What symbol do these people use to represent themselves?
Um. Okay, I think it should be. I'm trying to remember my Clargon stuff.
Clargon, he had a sword and shield. He was nude. I remember he was nude.
Okay.
He basically yeah. Honestly, now that I think about it, Clargon's not too complicated a character.
No, not really. Yeah. Okay. I think. Okay.
He's just a liar.
um. Okay. I think our symbol it should be like a fig leaf covering, barely covering a penis.
A what covering a penis?
A fig leaf.
A fig leaf barely cut. So you can see like the outline of the penis.
Yeah.
You just can't
Yeah.
see like the head. You can't see.
Yeah, and
It's like
symbolized
side boob, but like a penis.
You get
Yeah.
you get like side shaft and
Yeah, you get side
you
shaft,
don't get any of
some
the
side ball.
really. If you were teasing a penis, you would blur out the head and show the shaft.
Women always complain about that when they watch basic cable, that you
Yeah,
get to see all the shaft you want but no head.
yeah. Yeah, when women are looking at Japanese porno magazines, they're very, very critical.
I I think it's that symbol is actually a bit poetic.
Yeah.
It represents how like we may lie, we may be consummate lying scumbags, but
You can
the
only lie
truth
so
is,
much if you're naked.
yeah, you're right. Exactly, the truth is like right there. Though, like we are, the truth is in plain sight, and though we may lie about petty things, we are true to ourselves.
And this is
That's some
your
good shit.
explanation of a
Yeah.
penis. It's just their essential.
Yeah, yes. That is
This
yeah.
remind ours. What's the name of this tribe?
Um uh
The Clargonites?
let's that would make it Clark on the Clark.
The Clargonite?
um let's go with the I think the just men of the crater. No,
What are you looking for? Are you looking for something snappy, something quick? Or are you
yeah,
like the crater folk, cratermen?
yeah.
Oh, oh, they'd be
Craterkin?
dumb. What's a they would like Clargon would never refer to anything as a crater.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Okay.
It would just be a hole, right?
It would just be
Just call
like
it
a
a hole,
hole.
big hole.
But I don't think he'd be the whole man. I don't think.
I
No.
know. I no, like they don't think it's a hole. They think it's awesome. They would call it a bowl.
A bowl.
A
Oh,
bowl.
Yeah,
Okay.
the kings of the bowl.
Kings of the Bowl.
Yeah,
You got the Kings of the Bowl. All right, the black and yellow. So if they're like banished people and they're in the what does like their city look like in this crater? Are they just building up around the outside of the crater?
yeah, yeah. Like, well, we like our banishment is like barely recorded. I mean, that's like
Yeah,
prehistory.
they
You
don't
know?
remember it at all.
Yeah, yeah. But okay, yeah. It should be the design should be like moronic. Like the tallest building should be on like the sort of like the edges and like the slopes of the crater. And they're always falling down because the foundation is like slanted.
All right, see here. We got the Kings of the Bowl. All right, Cage, you got an idea for the third one yet? For the third
Yeah,
tribe?
I've got a couple things. Yeah,
What do we got for the tribe name? Then we'll figure out how these two are connected.
I'm gonna call them Fayadem.
Fayadem.
Yeah,
Am I allowed? I'm allowed
you're
to say
allowed
that.
to say it.
Okay, thank you.
It's gonna be Fiyahdem.
Ah, I got close.
You got close.
Fayadem, the baby blue microwave. So, just to clarify, with the is like the surround is their whole area filled with like naturally growing super spicy peppers?
They've
Or-
got one like magical secret deposit that these peppers just grow in abundance, and it's like a highly protected resource.
highly
It's
protect.
heavily managed by the tribal confederation, and a lot of like the tribal differences are in how like access to this resource, how it's used, how it's shared with the world, that kind of thing. But they work together on how to, I guess, protect it. It's like a protected resource, I guess. So
Yeah, and I would imagine they all want to protect it. So even if there
Yeah,
is a power struggle within it, it wouldn't be about that.
yeah, they all have their disagreements on how it's used, but they do want to protect it because they benefit off it being a thing that exists. So
One thing I didn't have is this tribe's origin. Um, did we discuss the origin?
I didn't get to that, I don't think, but they're just like a washed up, like from the shore. There's like that shore area on the west of this map. Um, Maybe they were struggling. Maybe ships crashed and they were out to sea for a long time, just floating, and then they landed on this massive land. And then the first thing they saw was this fucking pepper, and they ate it, and it was like a life affirming experience, and they built a whole society around this pepper.
When I do the campaign, I'm probably going to have them try to keep the location secret.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's only known to the tribal leaders.
And that's a great storyline angle as well. Okay. So how do the Fayadem and the Kings of the Bold know each other? Looking at the map, they're both the two most northern kind of tribes. I would imagine that a lot of the kind of most northern areas here, a lot of travelers in this kind of north area. How do you guys think these two tribes might have either clashed or got along or had any contact at all?
Something I was thinking about is one of the tribes are separated in terms of their tolerance to the spice. So we have the tribe that it's too spicy, so they water it down with the horse milk of the
Uh,
kings of the bowl. So that's a
there's
interaction they
there's
have.
one tribe that just cannot
They
handle
just can't handle it.
cannot handle the spice of the pepper and must drink it with the horse milk from the kings of the bowl. How would the kings of the bowl sell their horse milk? How would they be normal about it?
I think they would probably try to like do some harebrained thing. They would try to like make their own version of Amazon Prime, but they end up like if you subscribe to Horse Milk Prime, they lose money on every like jug of it. And it doesn't make sense why they're doing it.
Trying to make an elaborate business to gain the favor of the Diadem, but
Yeah,
not
and
sure why.
every time someone is like, we're losing money when they like subscribe to Horse Milk Prime, the Kings of the Bull are like, yeah, duh, we're trying to get market share in this market that only they're in.
We're trying to get
You're not
horse
competing with anyone.
milk market share.
You're the only people that sell it.
I would imagine in their heads, they're also like, once we have a kingdom, they're going to remember this and they're going to join our empire. They're going to.
Exactly.
You don't even get it because
Yeah.
what I'm doing right now.
It's like all the people who are like very magnanimous about their future imagined success.
I would imagine
I
that
feel
they
I'm
would
not,
kind of have like a stalemate, like that the tribes, because of this, they would not raid the Fayadem or really
no,
try
yeah.
anything on him as much. Good. All right, so we can have them kind of have an understanding, an active trade relation with themselves for religious reasons. All right, so that is all of the info that we need. There is nothing else to roll. The only thing we need before I can start on the campaign is 2 more kingdoms. Next week, Sunday, I'm going to be in Missouri, so we're not doing Lore Club then. But the week after that, we're going to have Shasti and Jushmane, and they are going to make the final 2 kingdoms. So the first kingdom, I think Shasti's making it, and she's doing like the exotic kingdom, like the far away kingdom. And then Nick is doing the unknown kingdom. And I'm going to try to make sure he just doesn't straight up do Japan. Uh,
It's a big risk with
it's a
him.
big risk. It's a big risk. I think no matter what he rolls, it's gonna be somewhat like Japan.
Well,
Uh,
you can really like, yeah, you could justify any of these in Japan if that's what you really wanted to do.
oh yeah, you could definitely make it work, especially with the kingdoms. The kingdoms have a lot more weird stuff they can pick. So we'll see how that looks. But I am going to start out planning on the campaign. One other thing that I want you two guys to help me with before we leave is because of something Joel rolled. Um, the big bad is an acolyte of a monastery that worships the moon. Where on this map should we put that monastery?
Hmm.
I'm thinking
Well,
like a high point. I want it to be kind of
yeah,
further away so that they have a reason to explore most of the map. Like,
yeah. I was thinking like, yeah, like sort of the same cosmology in like Elden Ring, where the astrologers, like the precursors to Raya Lucaria and all that, they used to live on the mountaintops of the giants because it was like the most unencumbered view of the
yeah,
cosmos. I think a similar type of thing. Like they should be, if not on the tallest mountain, definitely in like one of the most elevated mountain ranges. So probably somewhere in the northwest, it looks like.
yeah, and especially since
Yeah,
there isn't much there, um, probably like even something like right there or something like that. That would be enough
Yeah.
for people to visit this part of the map up here. What color? Okay, so this is the last thing I'm going to ask you guys is the color on it. So the big bad is an acolyte, which means they come from a monastery, which is going to be this monastery. From what Joel said, the goal of the big bad, which is a 7'4" woman who looks like Grace Jones, who is a paladin named Nokomis, is trying to build a kingdom on the moon. There are two moons, and rumor there used to be a third one that was destroyed. So, like, um, in terms of like the vibe of the order, like what orders of the moon have been done that aren't like cliche? I don't want to repeat a lot of the stuff, but like, what do you do with an order of the moon?
Well, like usually the colors for stuff like that are like, like not entirely original, but like sort of like dark blues, like sort of
Yeah.
colder colors.
Try to find something like that. Try to
yeah. It's
find
either something pertaining to like the moon's light, I guess, or just the fact that it's in a dark place
I'll
or
do
it's
like a
associated with the night.
like an
So,
indigo
but
purple
like,
blue kind of
yeah,
thing.
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
lot of there's not really a lot to work with, I guess.
Yeah, really
I
not.
mean, traditionally, the moon is like the more feminine themes compared to the sun
Yeah.
being more masculine. So, yeah, more
Well, in this
feminine
one we almost
motif, I
have the
guess.
god of sun, the goddess of sun is the sun is like a beautiful woman and the god of the moon is like a very angry man.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so we got a little
I
bit of
mean,
a flip side there. The god of the moon is also the god of fire, and the god of fire has his own plane on Earth, where he created the
okay.
orcs who all work for him.
So, I mean, then it should probably just like, you know, 80% of the way there to like a solar motif, but it's just a fucking moon.
Yeah, just like a moon that's I should do something where it's like instead of having like an eclipse or something, instead like there's just a fucking day where the moon's brighter than the sun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think sticking something with like that in there could be good. All right, well, in
And
terms of the
is it like,
campaign map, kind of got them up there.
and is it like regular cosmology? Like the moon is like a very far distance from this Earth, or is it sort of like,
So the cosmology of it is Elliot made the goddess of light, and when they got to this world, basically it was we haven't really decided exactly how it was. That'll kind of clear as we go through some of the campaigns. But it's basically a terrarium that the original god arrived to this world. Humans were here, animals were here. There was already stuff here, but it's not really a spherical planet. It's a contained object, sort of like a terranium. The goddess of light learned how to operate the light that was already there. Nobody else knows how to operate the light. The moons are also fake, like the sun is, and are like created out of like green glass and white glass, respectively. There was rumored a third moon that was destroyed. So that's kind of like the crux of this campaign.
So there's like it's basically like there's like an artificial firmament.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff of the world is artificial in this setting.
Okay.
A lot the people wouldn't know it, the mortals wouldn't know it, but you pull outward and back, and you would see that it's almost like
who put it there?
We don't know.
Is it like a guided and curated thing? Like, are the gods like actively playing with it?
The gods
or is it kind
basically
of just like, here's this thing, we're just gonna watch how it plays out?
Murtu showed up, and he had the lore of Murtu is he's the head of the pantheon, and he's the god of death, peace, and dreams. And what he did is he escaped his old pantheon by, it suggested, killing them all and fleeing to this world. He found this world, and he found people here, and he began to cultivate people. He showed them how to die, showed them how to get burial, and then once they started doing his burial rites, they started processing to the afterlife that he controlled. So there is also a population of people that lived and died before any of the gods showed up, and a lot of the loose spirits of the world are those people.
That makes sense.
There's a lot of fucking lore. There's so much fucking lore. I've been fucking going over that. I have it almost memorized. It's terrible. But yeah, that's all we got here for today. Felix, KADE, thank you guys so much for hopping on and doing this with me.
My pleasure.
The campaign's going to be starting January 5th, so hopefully we're going to be having that set on time. I think that's going to be fine. And then I think we might be doing session 0 in the middle of December just to figure out what the last tribe will be. So all of these spaces are taken up. The last tribe is going to have to pick somewhere else. And all of the players in the first campaign are going to be members of the same tribe. So they're basically going to pick where their like starting area is going to be, and then we're just going to get right into it from there. But thanks everybody for watching. Thank you guys for being in. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the stream. I'll talk to you guys later. Tune in. I don't know. I'll update my stream schedule later. See you guys.